Formel für den Sieg. Sieg, 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 Sieg. Schließt die Vorbereitungen ab. Wo ging's raus? Da ging's raus. Achso, ich muss ja nur warten. Okay, ich hatte schon Angst, dass wenn man sie zieht, ständig bezahlen muss. Ich glaube, da hätte Dori noch was zu erzählen, bevor die Dea bezahlt wird. Oh, fuck, Alter, ich habe die Uhrzeit vermasselt, ey. Nicht von bis 12, sondern 8 bis 12.
Alhaitham should be waiting for...
Ich kann mir das nicht abgewöhnen. Ich kann mir das nicht abgewöhnen, wenn die reden, in irgendein Menü zu gehen, Alter. Weil du denkst so, ah ja, ich muss da hoch, da könnte ich mich hochpotten. Fuck. Alter. Ich hasse es so sehr. Die müssen es echt ändern, dass das weitergeht.
Hello, you two. Sleep well?
Not really. Paimon got too nervous thinking about today and didn't fall asleep until the sun was almost up. What about you, Alhaitham?
Naturally, I slept just fine. After all, a good rest should be considered part of the plan, since energy is an important resource.
Ja, der Alhaitham ist schon cool. Selbstverständlich habe ich gut geschlafen. Genau das, weil es wichtig ist für den Plan. Der wirkt so... Oh, ich bin total aufgeregt. Aber warte, für den Plan. Und ist einfach weg.
You just want to show off how calm you are.
It's crucial to dissipate any tension before we execute our plan.
The only thing you're doing is being annoying.
Paimon, Alter.
Anyway, do you need me to go over the game plan again?
Wir gehen rein und machen alles platt. Ja, sicher.
Our target is Grand Sage Azar's office. Everyone in the Academia knows that's where the Grand Sage's console is. Only they can operate it. Many restricted commands and operations are executed via that console. I'm sure that console has a way to free Lesser Lord Kusanali.
You know, Paimon's been thinking, what kind of technology could let the sages imprison even a god?
That isn't something they could have accomplished with their scholarly talents alone. In the Sanctuary of Suristhana, there's a device of Greater Lord Rukkhadevata's that she once used to isolate herself while meditating. 500 years ago, the Grand Sage at the time modified the device so that it could no longer be controlled from the inside. They were effectively trapping one god with the power of another.
So, how are we gonna get to the Grand Sage's office?
Don't forget, today is Nyagarbha Day, arguably the most important day to the Academia. The sages and core Academia personnel are busy loading the latest batch of research developments and legal decrees into knowledge capsules so that they can be entered into the Akasha. All the Darshan's researchers have their noses to the grindstone, and the Academia's grounds are flowing with all sorts of people. It's the perfect time for an infiltration. When the Grand Sage leaves his office to supervise the entering process, that's our cue to access the console and free the Dendro Archon.
Das hört sich zu einfach an.
Well, yes. That's just the visible side of our plan, after all. If precedence holds, the Academia should have already started preparing for Nyagarbha Day.
Everyone should be in position. All that's left is for us to lead the charge.
Let's go.
So are we just gonna walk in through the front door, or...?
Yes. Were you expecting a stealthier approach?
Paimon can't think of a good comeback. Alright, it's all on Alhaitham if things go south.
Pfeiffer ist so geil, Alter. Gehen wir einfach vorne rein? Ist so ein besserer Vorschlag? Hm. Naja, gut, wenn dann ist er ja schuld. Das mit dem Finger zeigen, weil du so, ja, es ist. So, bevor wir da rein, gibt es nochmal ein ganz kurzes Päuschen oder geht's weiter gleich? So. Wo bleiben jetzt die Fackeln und Mistgabeln für den Sturm auf die Akademie? Die kriegen schon noch dicke, ey, die Schweine.
Scribe? Please, wait. Are you Scribe Alhaitham?
Beruhig dich, Paimon.
That's me. Is something the matter? I'm in a hurry.
No. I was just surprised to see you here. I had heard that the sages were looking for you not long ago, but I didn't know what for. And, also, please don't bring outside guests into the academia.
Wir sind bemerkt worden, Mann. Wir stehen gleich daneben, Alter.
Outside guests? How did you arrive at such a conclusion? Your groundless inference shames the Haravatat Darshan.
What did you say? I'm the top student in Haravatat, and I earned 3rd place at the last Inter-Darshan debate. Don't look down on me.
That wasn't my intention. As your Haravatat senior, I just assumed that you possessed a greater aptitude for critical thinking. Look, based on what you already know, the purpose of my return and the reason they're here should be obvious.
Also der kann doch echt jeden einfach in Grund und Boden reden, oder?
Is that so? Wait a moment. Let me think. Don't tell me the answer. The sages search for you. A blonde-haired traveler. Outside guests. So, from the start, the sages weren't looking for you, but this traveler? And you were gone from the academia for so long because...
Hey, shh. Yes, you've proven yourself as the top student in Haravatat. I surmise you've arrived at the correct conclusion.
As I expected. Please, forgive me. I wasn't thinking clearly just now. Thank you for getting me back on track.
It's nothing. We'll be on our way then.
All right. Thank you for your contributions to the academia, Scribe.
Wie er den einfach komplett weggehauen hat, Alter, mit seinen Worten.
What the heck just happened now? What did he just guess?
Dass wir die Gäste sind.
I'm afraid I don't know either.
You have no idea?
Mm-hmm. He convinced himself of whatever truth he came up with. That is the so-called pride of a scholar. If someone questions their academic facility, they will instantly feign understanding to keep up appearances.
Ja, das ist so. Nein, du denkst doch nicht, dass ich dich für einen Idioten halte. Ah, du denkst, dass ich bin schlau. Ah, genau. Ah, okay, finde ich gut. Und geht halt weg. Das ist so, Alter. Weißt du, ich bin so schlau. Oh.
Nowadays, the academia is rampant with this type of scholar. Their obvious farces of intellect only serve to highlight themselves as fools.
Alter.
Wow. So there are special ways to deal with smart people. We don't even need to make up our own excuses.
We shouldn't waste any more time. It would be problematic if we missed our window of opportunity. Let's go.
Ich bin nur gespannt, wie Nahida darauf reagiert, von sich selbst gerettet zu werden. Ey, was ist süßer als eine Nahida? 2. Oder knuffiger. Knuffiger passt eher. Scheiße, ich bin ja doch dabei. Oh nein, ich bin hier eingesperrt, ich kann euch nicht helfen. Halt, warte, da renne ich ja doch rum.
Is this the Academia's library?
Nein, du siehst doch, dass das alles Kuchen sind. Das sind keine Bücher.
Indeed. Known as the House of Dana, it is quite possibly the most extensive special collections library in Tevat.
There are a lot of students going through here. Is it really okay just to waltz right in?
The Academia marches to a fast beat, especially since it's Nyargarbaha Day. They're all occupied with their own matters. Just act natural. Now, hurry along.
Ich leg noch einen drauf. 2 Nahidas und eine Gläschen knuffiger. Nee, das ist schon wieder Overkill da. Das packt keiner. Das schmilzt dein Gehirn, wenn du das alles zusammensiehst.
What's this platform for?
It's a lift that Academia personnel use to access higher floors.
Are we gonna take it then? The Grand Sage's office is up there somewhere.
No, not right now. We can't guarantee that we won't run into the Great Sage. Let's step back and observe for now.
Man kann sogar 4 Nahidas im Team haben. Ja gut, das weiß ich auch. Das war jetzt bloß das Gag.
You think the Grand Sage will exit from there? And after he does, we'd sneak past him? Oh, Paimon thinks that's really dangerous.
Who knows? However, if we can confirm Azar's current location, our operation will be much safer if we...
Allow me to offer you a hint. If you wish to know his location, look behind you.
Wir sind aufgeflogen. Der schaut immer noch voll...
Grand Sages are doing here?
Okay, ich muss es jetzt mal gesagt haben. Aber der große Weiße, der schaut für mich aus wie so ein scheiß billiger Marktzauberer oder irgendwie sowas. Oder so ein Orakelfuzzi, der wo irgendwo hockt und dich verarschen will. Als ob ich euch nicht locker platt machen könnte. Die stehen da hinten so, interessiert uns nicht, was da passiert.
Do not tell me you believed the Academia would not grow suspicious of you after such a prolonged absence, scribe.
Was ist los mit dir, dämlicher Hut?
An eyewitness had informed me of your whereabouts, so I came to personally welcome you.
Great Sage, I didn't expect you to care so much about me. I'm truly flattered.
I'm sure, but compared to you, I am far more interested in these two unexpected guests. You are the Traveler and Paimon, correct?
Ein Hobby-Schamane.
It's a pity that only now have I been afforded the opportunity to formally meet two of Sumeru's most esteemed guests. I do apologize for my lack of decorum.
Jetzt weiß ich, was er aufhat. Es schaut aus wie ein Blumentopf. Es ist noch nicht so spät für euch, diesen Wahnsinn aufzugeben.
Excellent. You immediately initiated discussion instead of attempting to prepare some perfunctory excuse. You clearly understand the situation at hand and have no intention of making a reckless stand. The foot traffic here renders this place unsuitable for discussion. Please, follow me to my office.
Ich muss ja sagen, dass ich Alhaitham in der Quest echt klasse finde. Ja, er ist schon irgendwie cool. Aber irgendwie dann trotzdem nicht so, dass ich ihn haben will.
This place is crawling with guards. There's no way out for us.
Ach, die werden schneller weg, als sie schauen können.
All right then, Traveler. What did you wish to discuss with me?
Meine Faust in deinem Gesicht.
Today is Nyargarbaha Day, so I still have many responsibilities to attend to. There is little time for idle chit-chat before I detain you all.
Die Fatuis sind nicht vertrauenswürdig.
You seem to know quite a bit about our endeavors. If that is so, then you should be praising our great work, rather than using your trivial misgivings in a futile attempt to sway me.
Trivial?
Then tell me, what do the Fatui want from me?
Das göttliche Herz.
Worthless. Those are all completely worthless. Benefits, divine power. These materialistic words do nothing but debase our great work. Creating a god. Yes, we are using human wisdom to create a god. If humanity cannot attain omniscience and omnipotence, then we shall create a god to reveal them. This is the pinnacle of human wisdom. We shall regain a god's guidance at long last. No longer will we flounder in the interminable void of consciousness and knowledge. Even Ermin's soul will be freed from its plight. For our nation of scholars, this is the ultimate aspiration. No cost is too great to realize it.
Aber am Ende wird doch alles von einem Gott abhängig sein.
You will never understand the rapture of having a god be born within your very hands. With your degree of knowledge, you cannot even comprehend such an emotion.
Und was ist mit der niederen Herrin Kusanali?
Gods exist on a plane that far eclipses humanity's. Lesser Lord Kusanali, what can she even do? Care for the people? Fend off sandstorms? Fabricate silly fairy tales? These are but child's play for the academia. Does that make us equal to the gods? We are a people favored by Greater Lord Rukkhadevata. Though I may have personally not seen it, our forefathers bore witness to true wisdom. The ascension of the Lesser Lord has brought nothing but bewilderment to the scholars. They all ask, is that truly what true wisdom is supposed to look like? With that in mind, it is better to keep her isolated in the sanctuary of Suristhana, so our academy will not become embroiled in turmoil.
What a pathetic justification. Do you really think that only the super smart or powerful should be able to call themselves gods?
Ist das die Arroganz der Gelehrten?
As per your judgment, Grand Sage, they are indeed dangerous individuals. Not only are they acting against the academia, but their ideologies have the potential to lead scholars astray. Looks like there really was merit in my assignment.
Alhaitham? Are you talking about us?
Anyway, I've brought them to the academia as ordered, but it took some time and trouble. Oh, that reminds me. Here's the investigation report you had requested. It's a summary of my time spent with the Traveler, an array of information about him ready for your perusal.
Alhaitham? So you're still on the academia side! We finally started to trust you!
Alhaitham, du. Nein, ihn zu täuschen.
Excellent. Detailed contents with no errors. I would expect nothing less than an immaculate report from the scribe. As it is Nyagarbha Day, I'll enter the information on you into the Akasha. Surely you know what that means.
We'll be monitored, just like Sino.
With the Akasha's calculation prowess, all of your actions will be predicted with an accuracy of at least 98%. Furthermore, your data will be updated in real time whenever new information presents itself. To put it into words you can understand, wherever you go, you will be walking under an invisible leash. This is Sumeru's greatest penalty for dishonest persons.
Zählt dazu auch euer Mahamatra?
Are you not familiar with the concept that great responsibility begets an equally great suspicion? In any case, you are Sumeru's most concerning external variable. Locking you down will greatly decrease the chance of any undesirable outcomes coming to pass.
You're despicable!
Despicable? Perhaps from your perspective, but I suppose you had mentally prepared yourselves for this, no?
Was meinst du damit?
Your ploy was to sacrifice the Traveler here, was it not?
Lord Azar, I know what you're trying to say, but I've been following your plan this entire time. Why are you doubting me at this juncture?
Must I delineate your entire plan? Very well, I will spell things out. First off, I received an eyewitness report that you were spotted with the Traveler at Caravan Ribat. However, you immediately departed for the desert and escaped surveillance range.
Judging by the time, you all likely encountered the truant General Mahamatra in the desert. Am I correct?
Maybe Paimon shouldn't have mentioned Sino just now.
The Academia had not received correspondence from its scribe for a prolonged time. You were also in the company of the Traveler, a close associate of Lesser Lord Kusanali and General Mahamatra Sino, who had defected from the Academia. With their instigation, what was the probability that you would betray the Academia? Rationally speaking, 50%? 70%? What do you think?
Regardless, that's only a guess. The facts are that I've brought the Traveler right before you, and I gave you my report.
Indeed, your boldness deserves praise. To think that despite status as an outlander, the Traveler is still willing to sacrifice for the sake of your plan. If I'm correct, you have a contingency plan to save Lesser Lord Kusanali and ruin our great work. Sneak into the Academia on Niagarbaha Day, using Alhaitham's status as the scribe, for there is a good chance that an opportunity to save the Lesser Lord will arise. Should your intentions be discovered, Alhaitham will turn traitor and sacrifice the Traveler, thus proving his innocence. He can then stay inside the Academia and continue searching for a way to proceed forward. As for Sino, according to the Akasha's calculations, he will soon return to the Academia and confront me in person. I suppose this is also a part of your plan?
You'll see me as a traitor regardless of what I say, no? Even if you impugn me, it would have little effect on you all.
You misunderstand. Losing our scribe would irreparably damage the Academia's regular operations and the development of Sumeru's future academic systems. However, under the current circumstances, even that is trivial compared to what we stand to gain from our great work.
You said that I betrayed the Academia, but you, Azar, you've betrayed all of Sumeru, betrayed its Archon.
So flight has turned to fight at long last. Guards!
Oh, dürfen wir jetzt endlich kämpfen? Oh.
Well, what do we have here? So you stole that divine knowledge capsule.
Traitor! You traitor!
Even the most rational scholar will yearn for the power of a god in a moment of desperation. Aren't you doing the exact same thing as me, Alhaitham? Unfortunately for you, no god will lend you their power.
Azar!
He has gone completely insane. Take him to the Matra and exile him to Aru village. Then find someone to take these two to the confinement room. I'll deal with them later.
Grand Sage, we've finished all required preparations for Niagarbaha Day. We may begin to enter the capsules now.
Excellent. You may begin.
What the fuck, das hat alles zum Plan gehört? Was soll der Scheiß jetzt? Ich habe jetzt gar nichts mehr durchgeblickt am Ende. Denke ich mal, warum zur Hölle hat er jetzt das Ding benutzt? Kevin G. Guten Abend. Wie sie sich da vorstellen. Mich wundert, dass der Nightbot das auf einmal auf Deutsch hat. Achso, das habe ich eingetragen. Schon gut, Paimon.
Yeah. Paimon got a bit carried away there. How was Paimon's acting just now? Great, huh?
Sehr gut.
Everything's going according to plan so far. We made it into confinement, and Alhaitham's probably done with his part too.
Die haben es geschafft, sogar mich zu überzeugen, dass das falsch ist. Es wäre fast schief gegangen.
We even managed to trick Grand Sage Azar. Alhaitham sure knows how to cook up a plan. What are we doing next? Paimon has trouble remembering things when she's worked up.
Lassen wir uns die Inhalte der Versammlung in Erinnerung rufen.
Right, right. Paimon thinks it went something like this.
Apart from that, we still have yet another goal in the first stage of our operation, which is to send the traveler to the confinement room.
What? Why do we want to get him locked up on purpose?
He's always been the person the sages are most afraid of, as well as the greatest obstacle to their successful implementation of their plan. They are very aware of the risk he poses to them. Once the traveler is imprisoned, the sages will likely think that everything is under control. And with their guard down, the next phase of our plan will have a much higher chance of success.
I can already see the pompous looks on their faces.
Oh, that's a super tricky plan. But Paimon still thinks it's not really worth it.
That isn't the only reason, of course. He has a more important task once he's in confinement.
Dass Paimon rumschreit? Oh, das war so geil. Ah!
According to the Academia scholars in Ramon's custody, Lesser Lord Kusanali has sealed off her consciousness in the Akasha ever since she was captured by the Doctor. That way, they can't pry any more information from her. Even if we break into the sanctuary of Suristhana, it will take time to awaken Lesser Lord Kusanali's consciousness. We need to do that in advance.
So our job is to wake up Nahida. Okay, totally worth getting thrown in jail for.
The confinement room is inside the Academia, close to the sanctuary of Suristhana. It's a completely enclosed space, and you won't be receiving any visitors. I'll work with Ramon's scholars to make some modifications to your Akasha terminal. Once you're in, get as close as you can to Lesser Lord Kusanali and try to connect to her consciousness. However, as for whether she'll actually wake up, that will depend on our luck.
Oh, no wonder you've been wearing your Akasha terminal today. It's the one that Alhaitham modified. Paimon thought they'd take our Akasha terminals when they locked us up in here. Were they being careless?
Warte mal, sind wir eingesperrt und haben immer noch Bücher? Also denen ist wirklich alles so wichtig. Das war keine Nachlässigkeit, sondern die Arroganz der Gelehrten.
Alright, so what now?
Zunächst müssen wir die Position an der Zelle finden, an der das Signal am stärksten ist.
Sounds easy enough.